Now, the American President Donald Trump has expanded the travel restrictions to an additional 20 countries, taking the total number of affected countries to 40. Now, Trump has fully banned people from 7 more countries, including Syria, as well as the Palestinian Authority's passport holders, that is, Palestinians from the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, from entering into the United States of America. Now, this move is part of his ongoing efforts by Donald Trump to tighten the U.S. entry standards for travel and immigration in what the critics say unfairly prevents travel for people from a broad range of nations. The White House, in a proclamation, has said that it was banning foreigners who intend to threaten Americans. It also said that the president wants to prevent foreigners in the United States who would undermine or destabilize its culture, government institutions, or founding principles. The people who already have visas or have certain visa categories, such as diplomats or athletes, or whose entry into the country is believed to serve the U.S. interests, are all exempted from the restriction. The changes come into effect from the 1st of January. Besides people from Syria and those holding the Palestinian Authority passports, citizens subjected to full travel ban come from some of Africa's poorest nations, which include nations such as Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Sierra Leone and South Sudan, and also Laos in Southeast Asia. In a series of new actions, Trump has imposed some partial travel restrictions on citizens of other African nations, including the most populous nation of Nigeria and also Ivory Coast and Senegal, which qualified for the World Cup that is set to be played next year in the United States, as well as Canada and Mexico. The Trump administration has promised to let in athletes for football's signature competition, but has made no such promises for fans of the blacklisted nations. And other countries have been slapped with partial restrictions are from Africa or largely black nations in the Caribbean, and other nations such as Antigua and Barbuda, and other African nations such as Benin, Gabon, amongst others. And our correspondent Calden Ongwu has been tracking the story very closely for us and has sent us this report from Johannesburg in South Africa. Listen in.
U.S. President Donald Trump has always been very vocal about how he feels about people from certain countries, especially Africa, and describes it as shithole countries. He recently said that U.S. was only taking people from shithole countries and instead should seek immigrants from countries like Norway and Sweden. He also recently described Somalis as garbage. Most countries Trump has banned African countries. He has raised tariffs, slashed humanitarian aid and development aid to Africa. However, U.S.'s focus on critical minerals extraction from the continent has remained intact. Previously, the African Union Commission appealed to the U.S. to exercise their right of protecting their borders in a manner that is balanced, evidence-based, and reflective of the long-standing partnership between the United States and Africa. The Commission had said that it remains concerned about the potential negative impact of such measures on people-to-people ties, educational exchange, commercial engagement, and the broader diplomatic relations that have been carefully nurtured over decades. This is Calden Ongwu from Johannesburg, South Africa for WION World is One.